Get over yours, or the owner's got back to me, and this is they're having to just have a go at it at all possible costs. So, okay, well, I've noticed there's a screw loose here. It's been put together like that, and this tape, shielding tape, was actually covering all of the HDMI ports and covering half of this one. When I plug things into it, they just push the foil up into the socket. It's actually plastic, it's not conductive, but still, it's kind of rough. People who assembled this TV weren't thinking, were they? You pay this much for a bloody TV and all these little shortcuts have taken. That's really annoying, I really hate that. But I've got a pair of tweezers and just dragged it back and got it all out and just put it like that. So now all the HDMI ports are all accessible completely now, because only this in here was. There's all covered. I mean, you can see where they've damaged it plugging things in and shoot it up, but I don't know what they were thinking when they were putting this together. I don't know what crack they were on, but anyway, got a screw loose here. Don't know why that's loose, but it holds the LCD to the back of the bracket here. There's plenty of room in there for the screw to go in. Why that's not screwed all the way in, I don't know. That's just fucking dodgy. I just discovered that now on camera. It's loose. Jesus Christ. I mean, you pay $3,500 for a TV, you at least a bloody big, decent attention to detail. Made in China by Samsung, just like the Sony Bravia LCDs, which are, yeah, had bad reviews on them. They have a lot of faults of those Chinese LCDs, but it's pretty much all this. Just a European, German branded TV that's made in Asia, like every other TV. So I'm going to fix this screw here up. I've carefully looked over all this, checked all the connections, checked all the capacitors. It's just the problems on this board here, this actual board here. This is a 120Hz processor board. Since it's actually on the OSD and everything plays up. The OSD and everything was distorted. I don't think it's it's not a T-Con board. I did some more tracking down and that seems to be okay. It's the processor board with some signals. You're watching TV or watching HD content and it just has a shit fit. Now I've tapped these, tapped the heat sinks, and tap this. It's not a bad soldering or loose connection issue. It's a what do I call it? Kind of like a latch on or software. It's in the software. Now if this board plays up, there was a whole thing. So it locked up and it turned off, and I had to pull the plug for 10 minutes for it to work again. Yeah, as I said, just a very small possible, not enough of a symptom to warrant it be a T-Con board, because it just works normally. If it was distorted all the time and the picture was bad all the time and it wasn't turning on all the time, it'd be this T-Con board. But it's only done it very, very, very occasionally. So, there's a slight fault on this T-Con board, or it's definitely in here. They are technicians at the store that I bought this from that sells this high-end gear in this town. The technicians traced it down to the main board. And that's the owner of this TV told me. He just wanted a second opinion, see if I could fix it. But yeah, possibly a main board. I do like how it's modularised. You can plug this into your motherboard in your computer. That's probably good for some programming, I'd say. It's a little bit of HD tuner, and DVB-T tuner. If the panel on this board can be upgraded to 4K, you can just plug these in, plug in a 4K tuner and be done with it. But it's more to it than that. That's kind of cool how it's modularised. There were these sorts of modules in the old CRT German TVs too. You can just plug in a digital one and be done with it. Yeah, that's the audio amplifier. It's a Yamaha YDA 143-E Japan. That's the audio amplifier chip. I've looked over these chips carefully. I couldn't see any bad soldering. So it's you can plug something in there too by the looks of it. That's kind of cool. It's either on this board or on this board. The problem is, which is not replaceable, which is kind of stupid. Sharp 41p and Sharp 51p. You wonder who made this board. 120 Hz, 2009, 5th to 21. This is the processor that does 120 Hz. 120 Hz is basically the refresh rate. For quick moving, like if you're watching sports or movies, the quicker the screen can refresh itself, the better for the better quality, like the detailing and everything. You don't get that motion blur as much, so to speak. There's a video somewhere, I think a slow motion guys or someone did a slow motion camera on an LCD and it showed how they work. It's really cool. Tape's just come off, was holding that wire. I looked over all these capacitors carefully in case any of these has gotten a bit bad and it's causing ripple, but no, they're all good. Because that could also be a problem too, causing the processor to act funny. If it gets a bit of a dirty signal, so to speak, can do that as well. Look at this, not even plugged in. Bloody Nora. Just can't win nowadays. You're better off buying the cheap shit, but it's just as bad as this stuff. Shortcuts have taken. I just can't believe it. Anyway, I've got to fix this. Yeah, it's a bit of a... that's just an unfortunate thing when there's bloody new TVs, especially you're going to pay good money. You think you're doing the right thing, getting something decent, and it ends up being a heap of crap. I'll try and get a part number off this T-Con board just for curiosity, just to see if I can actually get that at least. I'll get a photo of it. As I said, it's too random, it just works too well. It's just too occasional, the fault it's got. If I was doing it all the time, frequently, it's a T-Con board, but it hasn't done much to warrant the T-Con board at this stage yet. Yeah. Because it's not having bars or anything across the screen, so anything like that. Or what do you call it, like a broken LCD sort of distortion. It's not doing any of that. Yeah, it's just totally random. So I've checked these connectors, checked this, checked all these are good. Anyway, just give it a quick check over and dust it off and put it back together. There's blow torching and the chip's not going to do anything either since it's not a soldering issue. They've got heat sinks on them anyway, so anyway, you can see it's all pretty modularised. Not much to these. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.